Yeah, this video was supposed to be like fucking months ago. I think I even said on my community tab that I was planning on doing this after I like watched every Star Wars movie or whatnot. Yeah, I was trying to just think, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it now. Yeah, I originally had my thoughts running around in my head at the start of it of like how I'd rank these movies, yeah, we'll just go ahead and like rank them right off the spot, I guess. I tried to rearrange these and kind of like the order that they take place. There is like one that's not exactly canon necessarily, or at least I don't think it is. Yeah, I have seen I think just about all of these. I've seen more than enough of Holiday Special, yeah. Some of these I haven't watched in a while. Some of them I watched fairly recently. By recently, I mean by like a couple months ago. Yeah, let's just get started on this list. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. I think we'll put this in the B tier. This was not a bad movie by any stretch of the word. Well, okay, there was some parts of it that were pretty boring, and I didn't really find that entertaining. There is a lot to like about it. The prequels themselves all have like really fun, good political messaging and like themes and whatnot. They're really good. The action in this movie is pretty neat. I like the pod racing scene. Well, I mean, like pretty much everyone likes the pod racing, but yeah, it was a really fun scene. The final battle with Darth Maul is fucking epic. Darth Maul himself is really cool, and yeah, this movie wasn't too bad. I did like it. Okay, so Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Yeah, this is definitely by far one of the more hated Star Wars movies out there. Was actually the most hated one for a while until, the sequel trilogy came out. Yeah, I personally really like Attack of the Clones. Now, I might as well just state this. I know we already started it, but like, this is much more based on how I personally feel about the movies and like how much I enjoyed watching them. This isn't like an objective list, so like you're obviously allowed to disagree with me. Yeah, Attack of the Clones, it definitely had some kind of cringy dialogue here and there, and the acting wasn't like the best ever, but there was a lot I really liked about it. Once again, the themes in the movie were really good. Anakin himself, like, this is like truly where Anakin turned to the dark side, and like all the action scenes were pretty solid. Yeah, I would say if I was to rank this in actuality, it'd probably be like C maybe. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to rank these movies anyway. Yeah, I do really like Attack of the Clones. Okay, so Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the 2008 movie that came out before the show did. Not by the show, I mean by late. There were two Clone Wars shows, the O3 micro series and well, this one, the CGI one. This one's obviously towards the CGI one. This is a C tier. It's not exactly bad per se, but yeah, the show definitely improved a lot from this movie. It's kind of just it really just feel like just a bunch of episodes like slapped together into a movie. Yeah, not the best one out there. Revenge of the Sith. This is like definitely one of my favorites out there. Yeah, this is definitely commonly regarded as like the one good prequel, or was anyway, until like the Star Wars fan base is like a vicious cycle. It's like they either like hate all Star Wars movies or love them or love certain ones. I don't freaking know what their deal is. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is one of my personal favorites for well the story. Anakin's turn to the dark side here was pretty. I thought it was well handled. There was a lot of fantastic scenes in there. The opera house scene was great with like the Dark Plagueis story, and again, all the fucking lightsaber action was like top notch in this one, especially the last fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin. And just yeah, this movie holds a lot of emotional meaning. So yeah, I'd even argue like this is one of my top five favorite movies probably. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. I would say in actual quality it'd be like A or B or so, but like on my personal list this is definitely an S. Okay, now we're jumping ahead a bit towards these two movies were like released not super recently, but within like 2010s decade. But story wise, they take place like before the original trilogy and in between the prequels. Solo, a Star Wars story. This movie doesn't get, I wouldn't quite say shat on constantly, but it's kind of regarded as one of those more like forgettable Star Wars movies, or one of the more forgettable ones. Like, it's fine, but not particularly amazing. But I think it deserves more. Like, Solo was a pretty fun watch, and surprisingly, like, I was expecting going into this to like completely forget about it after I watched it, where it'd be like one of those movies that where I'd like watch it once and never again. But I got some pretty cool stuff. I got some stuff out of this one. Woody Harrelson is okay. I forget some of their name, the other characters' names is, but I think the characters are cool, and I like how this movie kind of like blends different genres together from like a crime drama to some other stuff. Again, I do need to rewatch the movie again. Like I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, Solo was pretty cool. Rogue One. Yeah, I really like this one as well. It basically like set up the fuck, what was it? It like we all know about like the Darth Vader scene in the hallway. That was really cool, and how it like sets up A New Hope. But I thought the characters themselves were pretty cool. Again, I forgot the names of some of them. Again, I don't remember like I do like Star Wars, but I don't remember every damn thing about it. But yeah, I really liked Rogue One. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, now we're on to the original trilogy movies, starting with A New Hope, and yeah, I think this movie's pretty freaking great as well. Again, it had been a while since I'd seen this movie. I think the last time I saw it was like 8 months ago or so. It was back when I lived over at my favorite house known to man. But yeah, it set up everything pretty perfectly. Well, by set up everything, I mean it's not like the first movie chronologically, but like again, Star Wars is a classic. It's kind of hard to talk about it for me, but again, it's really good. You should go watch it. Okay, Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, this definitely gets the S tier, both on my personal list and on my favorites list. I really like the movies in the franchise where like it's not just a typical the heroes prevail at the end. Like no, like this movie's kind of freaking dark in that aspect of like the Empire kind of gets fucked. And yeah, I think this movie was definitely important for Luke's character. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend coming to this channel for like deep analyses. I think that's how you say it. Oh, like the Star Wars movies. I'm just here to rank them based on how I see it. But yeah, Empire Strikes Back definitely a classic in the series. Okay, Return of the Jedi. It's been a while since I've seen this movie as well, but I do remember liking it quite a bit. Where would I put it on my list? I have no freaking clue. Um, I'll just put it like right here in the A tier, like in between Attack of the Clones and Rogue One, I guess. This movie does a lot of really cool shit. Like, again, all the lightsaber fights were cool. Well, Luke versus Darth Vader in both Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi were both really cool. And again, this was a really good finale to the series. The Ewoks I'm kind of a bit mixed on. I know a lot of people they're usually like a love it or hate it type creature, but yeah, I think they're all right, I guess. And yeah, also when it comes to the themes, the original trilogy is really good too. Like I think George Lucas said it was inspired by like Viet Cong or something. But yeah, the only thing I'm not the hugest fan of in this movie is like this is where they started to like try to like blend like three different scenes at once, where like cut to one like there's like three like ongoing things happening at the same time, and they like scatter them around constantly. And I don't think it does it particularly super amazingly, but again, Return of the Jedi is still a pretty solid movie, so I can't complain, I guess. Okay, the Star Wars sequel trilogy now. Um, Now, if you're like a hardcore Star Wars fan, or if you like hate the sequel trilogy or whatnot, for whatever reason, I would suggest clicking off the video now, because I am not one of those people. I actually really like this trilogy. I might even go as far as to say that it might be like my favorite, or okay, that one I might have to like rewatch some of the other ones to really gauge, but yeah, basically key point is I do like the sequel trilogy quite a bit. And yeah, okay, so a Force, I mean the Force Awakens, I would have to put this in the A tier. Yeah, we got a lot of fucking A's in this one, but yeah, where exactly I would put it, I would probably have to put it around probably like at the top of A tier, like around the same spot as A New Hope, but yeah, again, it's kind of hard to explain, really, but there was just a lot about this movie I liked. I liked pretty much every character they introduced. Ray was a pretty solid main protagonist, and one that I sympathize a lot with personally. Like, I do feel a connection with her because, well, I mean, I still have one of my parents, but I don't have both of them, and it really sucks. But yeah, I also really liked Finn as well. Like, he's a First Order stormtrooper that betrays it and wants to go out and live as just to escape the First Order. So that, okay, I sucked at explaining things, but again, I thought Finn was cool, and Poe I thought was pretty solid too. But yeah, I know a lot of people say that this movie was like a ripoff of A New Hope, which I disagree on that one. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of inspiration, but it's not just a complete knockoff. Like Kylo Ren, for instance, like he's like definitely one of the best characters, and again, he's a great product of how like shitty parenting to really be. And I know a lot of the fan base holds like Han Solo and like the classic characters in like super fucking high regard, but like yeah, they're not perfect. Yeah, Kylo Ren is like one of the reasons why Kylo is the way he is because well, Han and Leia weren't the best parents, but yeah, I really do enjoy The Force Awakens. Definitely pretty solid. One of my favorites in the series. Yeah, The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi, commonly regarded as one of, if not the worst Star Wars movie out there, and definitely by far the most hated, is one of my favorites in the franchise. Yeah, actually S tier. Um, yeah, okay, now I'd have to debate if I think this is my favorite one, but like, there was a lot I really freaking liked about this movie. Again, it was kind of in like the Empire Strikes Back boat of like I like how I like how it showed that well again the characters weren't perfect necessarily. Poe, who you may have gotten the kind of a okay, what would the male version of a Mary Sue type be? I don't really know, but yeah, okay, fuck. I'm sorry. I might have to make like an individual video talking about this, maybe, or maybe like a community tab. I don't know, but like again, I really like a lot about The Last Jedi. I thought how they handled Luke's character in this movie was really good. They gave Rey's character. They gave us more insight into Rey's character. Kylo Ren, like this movie would have been like if like they kept the same thing going and they made Kylo Ren the main villain. I think that would have been pretty fucking banging. And I do like this. The sequel trilogy's messaging is kind of like the opposite of like the original trilogy. One of the main trilogy's main messages being like, love your family even if they're huge fucking scumbags. But this movie, again, like another thing that probably makes me like the sequel trilogy quite a bit is well, I think the messaging is just again, I personally do agree with connect with it more. Like if you have an abusive family member or spouse or something, I don't really know just any of those things, then fuck, I'm sorry again, I can't explain it perfectly, but yeah, also this movie had a lot of really cool lightsaber fights. The ending part with Rey and Kylo versus Snoke's minions was really fucking cool, but yeah, fuck, I even liked Rose's character. Like, yeah, a lot of people really fucking hate Rose's character, but I really like her, and I really wish that the people, like, the fan base didn't, like, fucking relentlessly harass her. I think any human being with a shred of human decency can agree with that, but yeah, Last Jedi is one of my personal favorites, and yeah, you probably think that I'm gonna put Rise of Skywalker in the D tier because it's like it's kind of a kind of saying that goes is you either love the Last Jedi and hate the Rise of Skywalker, or you love the Rise of Skywalker and hate the Last Jedi. Well, I think I'm just one of those people that pretty much likes nearly every Star Wars movie. Yeah, I'm putting Rise of Skywalker in A tier solely based on how much fun I had watching it. Like, like, I will admit that this movie is not perfect by any means. It definitely has a lot of flaws. The pacing is pretty fucking bad. Like, it's on fucking cocaine. Um, yeah, the retcon of, like, a Rey being a Palpatine was pretty fucking bad. Um, but there was a lot about this movie that I still really liked. It was just really fun. I can't completely explain it, but I might leave some like video essays that kind of more accurately put into words why I also like it too. But yeah, Rise of Skywalker was definitely not like the perfect way to end off the sequel trilogy, but again, I really liked it, and that's all I think that matters to me. And yeah, holiday special, yeah, this definitely gets the D tier. I haven't seen it in complete fullness, but I have seen a fuck ton of clips from this special, and yeah, I think it's pretty fucking bad. So yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this tier list. I apologize if it's not like the best made necessarily. Again, I kind of just went into this and just started talking, so like yeah, none of my videos, I don't think, I wouldn't say any of my videos are meant to be, like, super professionally made or anything, just, anyways, see y'all later.